This is the Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Needlenose. The figure is part of this brand new wave, first wave of these Legacy Evolution figures from Hasbro. And wow, unbelievable packaging. It's I think the paper just keeps getting thinner and thinner with this new Legacy Legacy boxes. And here's a look at the artwork on the side. Fantastic artwork on these things. Okay, I picked up this figure from my local Toy Kingdom store out here in Manila. It retails for about 1,900 pesos, which roughly translates to about 34 US dollars. Can you believe it? Let's get this guy out of packaging. And here is Legacy Evolution Needlenose with his Targetmasters, Sunbeam, and Zigzag out of packaging. And boy, this figure looks terrific. I was completely blown away by this figure. I did not expect him to be this good. And to be honest, I thought he was going to be the worst figure out of the four new deluxes in this wave of Legacy Evolution figures, but he is looking to be the best one in the lot. I thoroughly enjoyed him. He's got great engineering, sculpt, aesthetic. Targetmasters could use some work, but this guy just has so much nostalgia. This figure will bring you back to your childhood when you had the original G1 Targetmaster Needlenose. Everything about this figure is great. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So the figure stands just under 15 centimeters tall, about 14 3/4 centimeters tall, or about 5 3/4 inches tall. The Targetmasters are about 4.5 centimeters tall, or about 1 3/4 inches tall. So the figure is basically average size deluxe. You can see him together with would-be Targetmasters Point Blank and Spinister. It's about the same size as an average size deluxe class figure. The Targetmasters, I think this is going to be the standard now for Hasbro's Nebulon partners, because we've seen this kind of Targetmaster with Point Blank, with Pinpointer, and it looks like they're carrying it over with the other Legacy Evolution figures. And here's a closer look at these Targetmasters, and it's a shame that they don't have any articulation. They're very well sculpted. I love the P-naps on them, especially Zigzag with this really high gloss black finish. Even Sunbeam has really fantastic colors, but Hasbro is just staying true to giving an homage to the old Targetmasters and Headmasters that really didn't do much except transform into the weapons and become small robots. And it's a shame. It's really a shame, because they've been doing so well with the Battle Masters and you know, with the Power of the Primes and Titan Return figures, the Prime Master figures. They were really, really nice sculpted figures. I don't know why they've regressed to these bricks, but you know, needless to say, this is what we have, and it's still a good homage to the original Targetmasters. And I'm just hoping that somehow Hasbro changes their mind about this and puts extra budget and gives us actually articulated Nebulon companions. And here he is with a Voyager class figure, which also turns into a jet. We've got Earthrise Starscream. He's almost as tall as Earthrise Starscream, actually. He's just half a centimeter shorter head to toe. Okay, so let's talk about the details of the figure. Let's start with the Minicons, or the, not Minicons, the Targetmasters. Sunbeam, he's just wonderfully sculpted. Transform him, you just fold down the gun, and that's it. You can plug him in here, or like in the beginning of the video, I plugged him here on his forearm, but the instructions say that he's a blaster. And the same with Zigzag. Some assembly will be required. Their gun barrels are disassembled. This is much easier to assemble, but this one, I found it a little bit difficult. And when I was assembling him, the paint on the barrel, on the hinges right here, they were scraping off, and I don't want to take it off. I don't want to remove it and show it off again, but you can see right here, there's a bit of purple. There's a bit of purple right there that has been scraped off. The black has been scraped off to reveal a purple plastic. And it's a shame. I wish they could have just assembled it in the factory instead of having us do it, because this was really tough to assemble, and I was being very careful not to scrape off the paint, but the paint just somehow scraped off. So anyway, this is Zigzag, and he can also become Targetmaster blaster weapon. They're actually very nicely sculpted. I really enjoyed them. It's just a shame they don't have any form of articulation. Okay, now the wings are positioned this way because I honestly feel they look better this way, but the instructions say that the wings are like this, just to give proper homage to the G1 version of this figure, the G1 toy. Now this fin was disassembled when I opened the package. It came with in a tissue with these guns, so make sure you don't throw away the tissue. Let's look at the details of the actual figure. Look at that fantastic head sculpt. Oh my goodness, a little stylized than the G1 version, but I love it. I love the purple plastic on this figure combined with this navy blue plastic. It's just so much nostalgia. The figure just pops. I mean, he's predominantly gray. It's going to be a dull figure with some metallic paint apps here and there, but those blue and purple plastic are just amazing. Now, there's some hollowed parts right here, the legs. There's a purpose for that because the transformation, the hands do fit in there. But this one, the hollow bits right here, there's no excuse for that. I don't know why they kept it hollow. There's no purpose for that. They should have just put a flap in it or something like that. Anyway, talking about plastic quality, let's do this very quickly. On point. Nothing to complain about. Every bit of this figure is just made of really solid plastic. Not super premium plastic, but as good as what we saw with Scrap Hook. Really impressed with the quality. And I just hope, you know, sana tuloy-tuloy na to. Yung buong legacy evolution, talagang sana tuloy-tuloy ng maganda yung plastic. I just really hope that it continues to the rest of the legacy evolution line. Stop giving us Armada Starscream, the legacy Armada Starscream kind of crap plastic. I just hope they continue with this kind of plastic. So articulation of the figure, the neck is on a ball joint. I love that. The waist is on a very tight swivel joint. The arms can go in and out, forward and backward. The biceps have a swivel. Double jointed elbows, mainly because of transformation. You got a swivel wrist. The legs, you can do the splits. You can do forward and backward, a little bit hindered by the wings. There's a thigh swivel, more gaps right there. Hinge knees that do more than 120 degrees, I think, because of transformation. And the feet can go up and down, or just down, I guess, and have the rocker tilt. Just a few more details. You got some metallic highlights here, and you got this really, really cool Decepticon logo. The head sculpt is painted beautifully. Nothing to complain about. The figure looks semi-premium. I really love it. To transform him into his jet mode, you put the weapons off to the side. You want to go ahead and rotate the biceps. You want to go ahead and fold the arms and tab them onto the shoulders. You got to go ahead and open up this chest cavity. Can be a little bit of a nail breaker. Fold that down. Fold up the pauldrons. Fold down that head sculpt. And then the shoulders are going to collapse inside the torso. And then you're going to snap that torso back in and lock in those arms. Now this back part is going to untab and just going to stay right there. This one you can untab it because it loves to pop off. So it just loves getting undone. So you just put the nose cone right there. Rotate the thighs this way. And then the hinges right here, they're going to fold all the way up to where the arms are and the torso, up to the torso. And then these pegs, these long, thin pegs on the thighs, they're going to tab onto the side of the loins, the torso. That I honestly thought it would not work in the beginning because I thought there's just so many things going on. And then I realized, oh, that's where the hollow spaces are for. Okay, well done, Hasbro. And then you want to go ahead and fold the feet like this. If they're not touching, it just means that you haven't folded the legs properly. You just have to just squeeze them in and fold them all the way in. Now the feet don't tab together. They do have pegs right here that are going to tab onto that rear thruster of the jet. So go ahead and do that now. Just tab them in just to secure the legs, torso, and that back part of the jet. All that's left now is really to fold down this nose cone. There's a big, huge peg of doom right here that tabs onto one of these peg holes. It's a pain to just take it off, turn him back into robot mode. But the instructions say that these are the pegs that tab in here. They don't really do anything. It's really this peg of doom that tabs onto that crotch piece. And to remove it, it's going to be tight. You just have to wiggle it and just fold it back. But certified peg of doom. And that's it. That is Needlenose in jet mode. Very close to the G1 jet. I mean, come on. It does not get any better than this, folks. Probably the only thing missing is a landing gear. But look at this fantastic homage to the G1 toy. This is our generation's Needlenose. It's so cool. It looks so nice. The guns, obviously, you can peg them off right here. And they look cool. So the Targetmasters look cool on the sides of the wings, but I think the instructions were right. They look a lot cooler if you put them on the rear part of the jet. So you just fold out the feet like this, and then you combine the Targetmasters like this. And then there's a thin peg, the heel spurs of Zigzag. They're going to tab onto that rear thrusters. And I think this is a cooler way to attach the weapons. It really makes him look like an arrow or a needle. He's Needlenose, therefore, yeah, he should look more like a very sharp, pointy spear. I thought this was a better arrangement and combination for the Targetmasters. And comparing him in alt mode, here is a Seeker mold from the Earthrise line. This is Sandstorm, or the Ramjet, G2 Ramjet mold. Yeah, he's obviously smaller because he's a Deluxe class figure, but he still looks great, even with a bigger figure. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy Evolution Needlenose with Sunbeam and Zigzag. I really love this figure. I think it's an amazing figure. It is the best Deluxe figure in this wave of new Legacy Evolution Deluxes. I was completely blown away with this figure. I prejudged this figure to be the worst figure in the wave, but it is looking to be the best one in the lot, with I think Scrap Hook coming in second. And then you have Breakdown in third, and unfortunately Hotshot's gonna be put in last place. I love the design of this figure. Transformation engineering were great. The P-naps look great. The color of the plastic is just amazing. It just makes the figure pop. The details, the aesthetic, it's so G1 Needlenose. It just takes you back to the 80s with the old G1 Generation 1 toys. I think this is really such a nostalgic piece, and I think a lot of collectors are going to be gunning for this figure first in this entire wave. I really loved it. The figure is going to get a 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Needlenose with Sunbeam and Zigzag. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.